Down here at the Long Lake boat launch. We're going to be traveling north on Long Lake and heading up to Tupper Lake. Right now I'm down here just before the bridge going over the lake. We're going to be traveling all the way up Long Lake and entering the Raquette River. We're hoping to grab the lean-to on Lost Channel. That or one of these other lean-tos right in this area. It is now 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm still waiting for Chris to get here. He's stopping at the store to get us some fresh lobster. So we're gonna have lobster tonight for dinner. It's his birthday weekend, and we're gonna go and enjoy the beautiful weather out here. And I'm just gonna sit around and wait for Chris to show up. I'm at the satellite parking lot just above the boat launch. So down at the boat launch, that's only day use and trailer access. So I'm over here at the long-term parking, and we're allowed to park here for 7 days. I just got done talking to the DEC officer, and he said I can park up here for 7 days and we're good to go. So now I'm just gonna sit around for a little while, enjoy the sun, check out the fall leaf color changes, and get ready for Chris to get here. It's the first weekend in October of 2024. I've got the Adirondack paddlers map for the Raquette River, and today the plan is to put in at the boat launch in Long Lake and paddle, I believe it's 9.5 miles. We're going to try to catch one of these lean-tos tonight. It's Friday. And then Saturday morning, we're going to canoe down the Raquette River and take this portage and try to catch maybe one of the lean-tos here, or get down to the lean-to at campsite 5. Sunday, we're going to paddle from the lean-to 5 past Axton Landing and get up to one of the lean-tos in Tremblay Landing. Monday morning, I'm going to paddle from where we stay Saturday night to the Crusher and then drive home. So Friday, today, we have to drop off our gear, leave it here at the put-in, and drive. It's 30 minutes. It's a half-hour drive up to the Crusher, and then leave my vehicle there and then drive Chris's vehicle back down to here, leave his car here, do the paddle over the weekend, grab my car with all the gear, drive back, get his car, and then go home. DEC officer came over, inspected our boats, made sure everything was good to put in the water, just to protect from invasive species. That's what their job is, basically. And he gave us some towels, gave us 3 of them, because there's 3 of us here. Very cool. Okay, we are finally out on the lake, and Chris and Kittima are about to start paddling out. So 9.5 miles north, here we go. A lot of people are leaving the boat launch right now. Very busy spot. gone 2.3 miles in 1 hour. So we're probably looking at 4 hours total on Long Lake. So we'll see what time we get there. We're hoping 6 o'clock. We're gonna get there by 6. That's the hopes. Very nice out. Very nice out right now. Peak leaf change in the fall. People are out cutting firewood for the winter. You hear the chainsaws going. All right, we're gonna keep paddling. People in motorboats don't even care that you're out here in a canoe. They just fly by you at full speed. They don't even care. Now I gotta sit here for a minute so that these waves don't catch me on the side of my canoe. So right now we're out by Watch Rock. Here comes these waves now. Some boaters are mindful of the people that are in smaller boats, but sometimes they just don't care and they'll fly by you at full speed. Sometimes they don't even notice you exist. That's why you want to be wearing your life jacket at all times when you're out on water. Should have a whistle and a flashlight, some type of signaling device while you're out here on the water with other boats. This guy in the pontoon boat, he doesn't seem like he's going by too fast. I'd have to say the worst is when you get teenagers on jet skis. Haven't seen any of them today, but sometimes that's what you get. I'm just going to sit here and wait for Chris and Kedema to catch up to me. So far, so good. I believe this tree line sticking out in front of me is Kelly Point. If that is Kelly Point, we're gonna get out and walk around for a little bit. We've been in the boat for just over 2 hours now. Alright, so we're just putting in at the beach so we can take a little break here. There's a little fire pit, some big rocks, busted up picnic table. So far, we put in right here and we're at this campsite right before this lean-to on Kelly Point. That's 4.43 miles, and we've done it in 2 hours. So we're doing about 2.25 miles an hour is our average speeds. All right, we're gonna take a little break and continue on our journey. We just spent about 20 minutes sitting on the beach, hanging out, walking around. Definitely a nice campsite. Chris and I agree. Probably have to come over here and stay at one of these lean-tos one day. Probably do that sometime next year, maybe. All right, we're back on the water. We've got about 5 miles to get to the lean-to. And here we go. It's now 4:30 in the afternoon. We've been on the water for 3 hours, and we've gone 6.5 miles. So we're averaging about 2.5 miles an hour. Got a couple more boats coming at us now. Some really nice properties back here. Some really nice beaches. I can definitely see why people would love to have a camp out on Long Lake. So we just hit 9 miles, and we've checked out a couple lean-tos and they're taken. I believe this is Camp Riverdale, and from what I can tell, it looks like it's open. It's almost 5:30. Sun's starting to go down, and we still need to set up camp and get a fire going so we can cook some lobster. So we're not going to make it to the Lost Channel lean-to, but that's okay. This was our backup plan if things didn't go up, if things didn't work out the way we wanted them to. So looks like we're going to stay at Camp Riverdale. Paddled 9.25 miles. We're now at Camp Riverdale. I'm gonna take over this lean-to for the night. Gotta get this fire going. We got a lot of work to do before it gets dark so that we can have some dinner, and that's the way to the toilet. I'll check that out later. And Chris and Kidama are out there on the water still. They are still on their way. Alright, I'm gonna start unloading my boat. Here's our live lobsters for dinner. All 3 of them are still alive. They're moving a little bit. There we go. All 3 of them are still doing okay. We had them on ice. Keep them out of the fresh water, but keep them cool so that they don't die, and we'll be eating them tonight. Alright, it's 7:20 at night. Chris is getting ready to cook up the lobster. I'm not going to video us doing anything to them. We're just going to cook them up and eat them. I know people get, upset when they see animals die, but we've got to eat. Got the fire going. The fire will be burned down in about 15-20 minutes or so. It'll be perfect coals. And we're going to have some lobster. And I got some shrimp right here. We'll cook up the shrimp. And then we got some mashed potatoes over here too somewhere. We're going to cook up some mashed potatoes. There they are. mashed potatoes, some shrimp, some lobster for dinner. And our campsite's all set up. We're ready to eat, sit down, relax, so we can start our trip tomorrow morning. After we get done eating, I'll probably go down and see if I can get some pictures of the stars. Cooking up some breakfast. Got some bacon and eggs and coffee. I ended up getting a new burner here. This one works a lot better for keeping my pan steady. That way I don't end up dropping my eggs again. I see in the last video, or one of my previous videos, you can see me, I dropped my bacon and I dropped my eggs the one day. Okay, bacon, eggs, and coffee. Ready to go. Alright, we got our boats all packed up. The sun is out, nice and shiny. It's bright. Gonna be a beautiful day. Barely any clouds in the sky. It's not supposed to rain at all tonight. Last night we did get a little bit of rain, but we were in a lean-to and we were good to go. Look at how beautiful it is out here right now. Okay, I'm out on the water. Chris and Kidam are pushing out right now. We got some waves from the wind, but it's not very windy out. Oh, it looks so nice out right now. It feels good. I'm so glad I live near the Adirondacks and I can come out here and explore whenever I can get time off of work. So we're heading way over there. We're gonna get onto the Raquette River and start heading downstream. And we gotta do a 1.3 mile portage and carry all of our equipment to the other side of the waterfalls. All right, here we go. So from Camp Riverdale to the inlet for Raquette River is about half a mile. It only took me, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get across. Now I'm gonna sit here and wait for Chris and Kidama. I kind of just raced across. I wanted to see how fast I can get over here. And they're still way over there. They didn't even make it halfway yet. But I'll just hang out here for a few minutes and let them catch up. They can see where I am. So now they know where the inlet for the river is. It's kind of hard to see when you're on the other side of the lake. Can't really tell exactly where it is, but I have a digital map running. Hopefully, if everything works out with this Map My Run, I'm using the app Map My Run. I don't know if I get this thing to work out correctly. Hopefully I'll be able to put it on my video and start adding that to my video, so you know where I am, where I'm going, how long it took me, my average speed. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. I don't know. Gotta be careful up here. There's a lot of rocks underneath the water. I'm going left. was a big rock. I didn't hit it. I hit the side of my boat with the paddle.
They don't have a deep for that rock, or like that little area.
Right. It's where the Raquette River and Cold River come together. We'll see. So in this area there's like a lot of lefts and rights and everything, so I've been watching my map on my phone rather than recording. That way I make sure that I go the right direction. About half a mile away from Raquette River High Falls, or Upper Falls. Probably half a mile left. Then we gotta do a portage. Go 1.3 miles on the portage. I carry all of our gear and our equipment. Yesterday when I packed my gear, I put everything on the scale. My smaller bag with like my clothes and stuff in it weighed 22 pounds. My big bag weighed 30, and my food bag weighed 40. So that's 92 pounds right there. And then you take my paddle and my canoe, which combined is 25 pounds. So I was around like 115 pounds yesterday. I'm guessing I'm closer to 100 pounds today. So that's what I've got to carry. About 100 pounds over the portage. Yesterday we ate food and drank some of our fluids and had our snacks, and some of our ice melted and we got rid of some water weight from that. So today's lighter. I could barely hear the waterfalls right now. In fact, I think I can see the takeout right there, way out in front. So we're gonna get out at the portage and hang out, stretch our legs, have something to eat, have a beverage, rehydrate, and then we're gonna do the portage. We're not sure if we're gonna stay at Lean-to 5 or Lean-to 8. It depends on how we feel after we do this hike and get back into the boats. You've seen in our last videos, you know, when Chris and I went up to Raquette Falls, we stayed at both of those lean-tos, and then Chris and I did another overnighter where we stayed at Lean-to 10 at the entrance for Stony Creek. Then I got another video where Chris and I did from Stony Creek to the Crusher. And then this video is from Long Lake to the Crusher. So I basically explored everything from the Long Lake Bridge down to the Crusher in my boat. Next year I'm hoping to do the 90 miler. We'll see how that turns out. We'll be back on the portage. So up here is that big boulder, and on top of the big boulder it looks like there's a big sign. I'm sure that sign says caution, falls ahead, but I can't read it from here. So we'll get up closer. So it says approaching dangerous rapids. And then I'll see what it says up here too. I can't read the smaller lettering yet. Land at Canoe Carry just ahead on your right. Well, it definitely made that sign noticeable. You can't miss that one. Oh, that's a big log. A lot of logs right there. Hey, there's our canoe carry. Oh, I'm on top of a log. There's a lot of stuff under the water right here. Alright, I'm gonna get out and start carrying. So that's the beginning of Upper Falls. There's our sign. Raquette Falls Outpost, 1.25 miles. Raquette Falls Lean-to, I can't tell what that says, 1 point something. And then Axton Landing is 7 miles. Zoom in so you can see that a little bit better. And I'm just gonna hike up these stairs and see how far it goes. I know that there's a campsite up here too. I've never seen this campsite. I've been down the path at the bottom by the falls, but I have not been up to here. So we'll carry all Chris's stuff up here, and then we'll probably put the wheels on this canoe once we get up top past these rocks. And there's the campsite. Not far away at all. Campsite 1. There it is. Alright, and this is our portage trail. I don't think Chris's wheels are gonna work all that great on this section here. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, we're gonna go have something to eat. I just portaged the first 2 bags. That's 50 pounds. I brought it to Lean-to over by the ranger's hut. So I probably only got like 0.1 of a mile left at the end. I'm not sure how Chris and Kittima are doing. I don't think their wheels are going to work on this path as well as Chris had originally hoped it would. But
Total distance 3 miles. Total time 1 hour 51 minutes and 49 seconds. Split speed 2.3 miles per hour.
yes, that was my map, my run, calculating my speed and distance. Alright, well, we're gonna keep doing this. When you hit big rocks like that, you end up stopping. That's working out pretty good. Alright, I'm back on the water. Gonna cut through down here, and I'm gonna head over to campsite 5, and hopefully nobody's there and I can get the fire going and start making some dinner. We ended up attempting to go to Lean-to campsite 5. It didn't work out. There was people there already. So now we're over here making some dinner. We got some salmon and we're making some steak. We got some neighbors over here from across the way. They just need to make some dinner. Their burner wasn't working.
Hey Nate, which one uses mine?
So we're gonna make our dinner now. Sunday morning, we woke up making some hot cocoa and some coffee, and we're gonna do all of our dishes from last night. A little explainer of what we've done and what happened. We started here at the boat launch in Long Lake Friday morning and paddled up and stayed at Camp Riverdale on Long Lake, and then Saturday morning we got up, made breakfast, cleaned up the campsite, packed everything up, and then paddled down the Raquette River, got to our portage. Got to the portage a little later than we wanted to yesterday, and we portaged back and forth a couple of times, bringing all of our gear, and then I paddled down to Lean-to 5 to check to see if anybody was there. It was taken already, so we decided to come back and stay at the Lean-to on the portage near the ranger's hut. So today we are trying to make the decision of whether or not we want to stay another night and stay up at Lean-to 21A, or if we're just going to continue on and paddle to the crusher to our takeout and then head home. So we'll have some coffee and hot cocoa and some breakfast, warm up, stretch a little bit, and get our stuff on our boat, and then paddle down the river, and we will decide what we want to do after that. Alright, time to do some dishes. Sunday morning, 10:30. I'm back out on the water. Breakfast was good. It's gonna rain quite a bit tonight, and none of us are really feeling like staying in the rain and the cold. Last night it dropped to low 30s. I think it was like 34 degrees out last night. Woke up this morning, it was pretty chilly out. So now I'm gonna head back to the car, and I'm going to grab my vehicle and then drive over to Axton Landing. So I'm going to the crusher. Chris and Kittima are gonna go to Axton Landing. I can travel more than twice their speed, and I've got twice the distance that they've got to go. So I'm hoping I can get to the crusher, grab my car, and get to Axton Landing and pick them up in the same amount of time it takes them to go from the falls.
Total distance 10 miles.
To Axton Landing.
Total time 6 hours 33 minutes and 29 seconds. Split speed 2.0 miles per hour.
So Map My Run just gave me some information. I'm not sure if you can hear that in the videos or not, but so far the Map My Run app has been working. Hopefully I can get it to work during the editing and get it posted with this video. So if you see information from like Google Maps or Map My Run or anything like that, I was successfully able to do it. Well, we'll find out. All right, next stop is the crusher. So there's campsite 9 and 10. So I made it from the put-in or the takeout at the falls to here in an hour and 15 minutes. I didn't realize I could do it that fast, but not bad. So on one of my last videos, we stayed
Total
at this
distance
campsite.
15 miles. Total time 7 hours 44 minutes and 14 seconds. Split speed 4.2 miles per hour.
Well, I don't know if that Map My Run is being heard on my recording, but there it is. I'm at Axton Landing now. It took me an hour and a half to go from the falls to Axton Landing. A lot faster than I thought I'd be able to do it. But I'm here. So I'm probably gonna put my gear here in the woods and then paddle the rest of the way to the crusher. And then from the crusher, I'll drive back here and hopefully Kidama and Chris are here by the time I get here. But with an empty boat, I'll be able to move a lot faster. All right, we've made it back to the boat launch in Long Lake. We're just gonna throw everything back onto Chris's car and heading home.